Hey gems, welcome back. It's Serena again, and today I'm here to share with you why I lost my job at Sephora. And it's kind of a political reason, so if you're not into politics, I would click out because, girl, we got to talk about that. So, you might be wondering, what the heck do politics and your job have to do with each other? Well, I will explain. So, I was able to apply through to Sephora because I had a work permit under the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals program, otherwise known as DACA. So, yes, I am undocumented. I am one of those lucky 800,000 dreamers in this country. I've lived here since I was 3 years old. Well, not technically. My family moved here when I was 3 years old, and I lived here till I was 7, at which point my parents decided, you know what, let's try to make it in Mexico again. So we went back to Mexico, didn't work out, came back when I was 9. So by the age of 10, I had spent half my life in Mexico and half of it here. 5 years there, 5 years here. But I have been here ever since. And I am 35 now. So let's do the math. That means I have lived in this country for 30 years. Yeah. So I do consider myself American. Obviously I'm Mexican by birth, but you know, culturally and all that, I'm more Americanized than anything else. Like, I'm not even a good Mexican in terms of cultural reasons. I don't eat most Mexican food. I don't listen to rancheras. I hate that stuff. I am like very whitewashed. My family makes fun of me all the time because it's super ironic that the most Americanized one of us is the only one left without papers. So, I was able to apply to Sephora because DACA allowed me to have a temporary work permit, and I want to say that was what, 2012? 2013 that I got my first permit? So, regardless, my work permit actually expired December 30th of last year. And I actually am one of the fortunate DACA recipients who was able to renew. So, that's really important. So for deferred action, you had to apply for the program. You had to, first off, meet specific requirements. You had to have come before a certain age. You had to have been here before a certain date. I don't know, like, off the top of my head all the details, but I know that there were very specific requirements. We had to go through full background checks. We had to pay $500 for the application, go to a mini interview / biometrics thing. Not really interview, more like biometrics, where they took your fingerprints, ran all your stats, all that good stuff. You had to be either in college, have gotten a high school degree, be in high school, or be in the military. So basically, if you weren't contributing in some way, either by educating yourself or, you know, giving back through the military, you couldn't qualify. I met those all. That's it. I met all those requirements when the program first launched. I was in college. I had been here before a certain age. I think it was under 16. I got here when I was, 9, if you want to say that later age. I met those requirements. I've never had any kind of misdemeanor, felony. I'm a nerd. I don't get in trouble like that. So, nothing on my background check. I passed everything they wanted me to, all the vetting, got through it, got my work permit, and, decided that I had been a waitress for long enough and applied to Sephora, got in there, and I was loving my job. Let's just say my last day there, I was in tears. I was devastated because I did everything right. I had applied in August to renew my work permit, and I actually was approved in September. The thing is, my permit got lost. Like, I got my DACA renewal letter, so I am protected from deportation at the moment, but my work permit card is lost. It was mailed to my house. Somehow it got mailed back to immigration, and I haven't been able to get them to send it back again. Like, it has been since October when I first hit them up saying, hi, yeah, I haven't gotten this work permit, because my boyfriend's got here in September, and we did all our paperwork. I did all our paperwork. So we did everything together. We literally went to our fingerprints together. Like, we did everything at the same time. But his card got here, mine did not. So I gave it a week or two, things get lost in translation and whatnot. But when it hit October and it wasn't here, I emailed them, was like, hi, yeah, I haven't gotten this. I kind of need it. They got back to me in November and told me to wait 45 days for them to resend it. Okay, all right. So that was November 7th. Early December hits, and I was like, you know what? I'm getting a little nervous. I have 30 days. So I start calling once a week. Hi, is there any update? Hi, can you check this for me? Hi, is there anything, any tracking number I can be given? Anything. And they were like, nope, sorry, we told you 45 days. You have to wait. You have to wait. You have to wait. You have to wait. Okay, fine. 45 days was December 22nd. So I called that day and was like, yeah, it's been 45 days. I have 8 days till I lose my job. What can we do? And the girl was like, I'm so sorry. I know they told you that they would try to resend it, but according to my records, that order never went through, so there's been no attempt at all made. So at that point, in my heart of hearts, I knew I was gonna have to leave Sephora. Like, I knew they were gonna have to let me go, because I had asked my manager at the beginning of the month, like, hey, this is going on. Is there any way I can be put, like, on a leave of absence? So I'm, like, still an employee, but just not here right then. And she hit up HR and they were like, nope, if she doesn't have a valid work permit, she has to be terminated automatically. There's no other choice. So December 30th hit December 29th hit, and it was a Friday. And I was like, it's not going to show up by tomorrow. It's just not. Like, I already knew, because it had only been 8 days since I had called them, or 7 days. And so I was like, you know what? Today will probably be my last day. And my manager was like, unfortunately, yes. So she did what she could. We waited as much as possible, but I had to be let go. And it was completely out of my hands, out of their hands. It was like, not that I was a shitty employee, not that they were a shitty employer. It was just technicalities. I had to leave because my work permit expired, even though I do have protection from deportation. Like, I still am a DACA recipient. My work permit, not here. And they couldn't take, like, the email. They were like, nope, we have to see the actual card. We have to have that on file. So until I get this stupid piece of plastic, I am in limbo. I literally cannot apply anywhere else. I can't go back there. I just have to live off savings and what my boyfriend is making and just scrape by. So that sucked. I'm not gonna lie. I was so heartbroken. And then I decided to do some last minute shopping. So I was, going around the store getting my stuff. And my coworkers were like, hey, I heard it's your last day. What happened? And then I would start crying again because I was so devastated to have to leave under those circumstances. I was heartbroken. I'm still heartbroken. I loved working at Sephora. I had such a great time. Great coworkers. Great just experience. Like, it was such a great job. And it was just heartbreaking. So, yeah, I cried. I cried like a bitch. Like, I cry anytime I watch someone say goodbye on TV. So having to say goodbye to people in person, it just broke my heart. Like, I legit was, like, in tears. It wasn't fun. So, what can be done now? Well, hopefully Congress will get off their butts. They'll stop being stubborn, and we will get a DREAM Act passed. Because, honestly, 30 out of 35 years is a long time to freaking wait. And for people who are going to be, I know I'm going to hear it, that, well, why haven't you applied already? You can't just go up to immigration and be like, hi, y'all got them green cards? I think I'd like one now. Like, that's not how it works. If you don't fall into very specific, very limited categories, you can't even apply, especially if you have incurred any type of undocumented residence or any undocumented time here, then yeah, the doors are pretty much closed in your face. And I came here under a visitor visa as a child. Both times I came here under the age of 10. I was still attached to my mother's passport the first time I came in. I came with a visitor visa and, it expired. And when you come and stay like that, they're like, sorry, yeah, nope, So there was literally no way for me to apply for residency until my dad got his citizenship, and then he was able to sponsor me. But by that point, I was over 21, which makes me like second tier or, less important than like a minor or his wife. So that sucked. So he did sponsor me the day he died. Like, literally the day he died, we sent in that paperwork, and thank God that we did. So my dad passed away in 2011. We submitted those papers in May, and I got a response in December saying, oh, you're illegitimate. We're going to need your we sent both the birth certificates, but we're gonna need proof that you were actually raised by your father, and you know, this is like, they made me go through so many hurdles. I applied in 2011 and I didn't get approved until 2015. So it took 4 years of like, now send us this. Oh, now send us this. Now send us this. Till I finally got approved in March of 2015. And I have been waiting since then for a visa / green card to open up. And the thing with that is, there is that stupid lottery, and countries that are super saturated are like way behind. Like my dad's wife at the time, she was from Ecuador. She also had him sponsor her right before he passed away, and she got her permanent residency within 6 months. Like, damn. Why? Because she's from Ecuador, and there aren't that many Ecuadorianos who are applying. But I happen to be from Mexico, right next door. You know, we're all coming this way. And a lot of us have done our paperwork, thank you very much. But so many people have done their paperwork before me that my place in line is in 2011, and they're still working on things from 96. So I have to wait 15 years, apparently, for them to, like, catch up to my place in line. So I'm just kind of stuck in limbo there, too. So this whole thing is just like a waiting game. Like, my whole life has just been a waiting game. Waiting for an opportunity to apply. Waiting for DACA to go through. Waiting for this stupid work permit to show up. I literally have been waiting my whole life. It's been fun. It's been, you know, it's kind of, when people ask me what it's like, because I was raised here. I have lived here since childhood. I went through all my education here, except for the 2 years I was in Mexico from 7 to 9, which sucked so bad, because at that point in my life I didn't speak Spanish very well, so I moved back and I was the gringa, I was the white girl, I was the outsider when I was in Mexico, and then I moved back here and I'm the Mexican, the brown girl, the like, not, you know, like brown, but my hair's naturally brown, and you know, like, you could tell I'm Mexican. So I'm like, you know, the foreigner or whatnot, so caused a lot of identity issues. Let's just leave that there. But I've done everything here, like elementary, junior high, high school, college, like everything I've done here. I've pledged allegiance with everybody every single day like we used to, you know, like I've done volunteer work, I've done everything. I've lived here my whole life. And it's just kind of like, okay, well, someday I'll be able to, you know, live and not feel like, what if a cop pulls me over? What if someone's there? What if there's a raid? What if, you know, like, it's just, it's an everyday thing. Like, every time I'm behind the wheel and I see a cop, I'm like, please don't pull me. Please, God, don't let him, like, put on your signal. Like, I am the most cautious driver when it comes to, like, speed limits, turn signals. Like, I will let people pass in front of me. Like, I'm one of those defensive drivers because I can't afford to get pulled over, because what if I'm in Costa Mesa, which is an ICE compliant city, where like for the minor, like most minor item, they will tell ICE you're there and they will come pick you up. Like, I can't risk that. So I can live, but you're constantly like waiting for an axe to drop. It's like right there. It's just there waiting, you know? So this whole DREAM Act, we desperately need your help, guys. I'm going to leave some links down below if you want to sign some petitions, if you don't mind calling your congressman or woman to get them off their butts. We need this, you know? Like, it's not fair. We've gone through the vetting. If you're part of DACA, you have to go through a background check. You have to do fingerprints. You have to do so much just to get approved for that. We're not felons. We're not criminals. We've literally been cleared. We've done everything we could. So we need your help, guys. I'm going to leave links down below, like I was saying, because I'd really appreciate it if you helped out. But yeah, that's the story of why I lost my job, why I can't get another one until I get this little card in the mail, a little piece of plastic. I can do nothing except sit here, clean my room, try not to go crazy. So thank you for watching, guys. I know this might have been a bit rambly, a little bit crazy, but yeah, I think it's important for us to speak out, to share our stories, our experiences, and, you know, kind of humanize this whole thing. Because I think one of the things people are like, well, they're illegals and da 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 da. We're human, and most of us are humans who were brought here before we were even of an age to say, I don't want to go. You know, no 3-year-old is like, I think I'm gonna leave, you know, all this that I know for another country because I hear they have better benefits. You know? No, that's not a thing. No 10-year-old has ever made that decision unless, you know, they're fleeing persecution. Like, there are exceptions. There are exceptions. I'm not gonna say they haven't been. But you know what I mean? Like, for the most part, most children aren't aware at those ages. Like, when I was 7 years old, I wasn't thinking, you know, when I was 7, I was thinking, like, I think I should leave comfy America and go back to Mexico. And when I was 9, I wasn't sitting in my Hue going, no, this place sucks, let's go back to the States. Like, I hated that place when I was a child. But I wasn't the one making those decisions. It was my parents. You know what I mean? So it just sucks that we've had to, like, sit here and wait. And it's been a lot of tears, a lot of frustration, but, you know, hopefully something will get passed soon. So anyways, fingers crossed. I'm gonna let you guys go. Thanks again. Links down below. If you want to help a girl out, I'd really appreciate it. And I'm sorry that this was kind of a politically influenced video, but that's my life. I cannot ignore the news. I have to keep up with the news because they affect my life literally on a daily basis. So hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Thanks for watching, and I will see you soon. Bye!